Hello there, all of my Taurus lovelies and Taurus rising. This is Kimberly Knox, KK, your astrologer, and welcome to my YouTube channel and happy Halloween. I am in the flow with this beautiful energy and the show must go on because I've got to get my videos out. So here I am the evil queen of our castle, and it's very fun. I have Neptune strong in my chart, and being a Leo, I'm really in the flow with this Sun-Neptune stuff. So hopefully you're having a great Halloween as well. Well, welcome to my YouTube channel. And we are going to be talking about this new moon in Scorpio. It's very strong for you, Taurus, because it's in Scorpio, your opposite sign. Your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, the public. And so I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, for sharing it with other people, sharing my passion for astrology, this ancient science combining math and alchemy and just brilliant, brilliant science that it is, allowing you to have a small piece of information, knowledge about yourself at some deeper level that shows how connected you are with everything that's going in and staying in the flow. And if that makes some small difference to you in self-knowledge, helping you make choices, helping you be in the flow, be more relaxed, add more compassion and love to yourself or others, that is my complete wish for me sharing this. So thanks again for sharing it. And again, happy Halloween as it is here in the United States. Super fun. So we're going to talk about your new moon. You've got the seventh house activated. So this is a time when you're coming up from the lower realms of working on yourself and bringing things out. So this is like the time of Libra for you, when you bring your goods to the market kind of thing. But again, it's seeding new energy in relationships, business partnerships, relationships, and the public, in a beautiful trine to Neptune, which is sitting over there in your 11th house of friendships. So, really reaching out to friends to help see this beautiful stuff that's flowing. If you happen to have any planets in Cancer, possibly you would have, you wouldn't have Venus. I don't think that's too far away from your sun, possibly if it's 46 degrees away. But any planets that you might have in your natal chart, maybe you have the moon there, potentially you could. This is really feeding that. But so this water energy feeds, and it is asking us to dig into this vision, get into this creative source that we have, because Scorpio energy is intense, it's mysterious, it's this true, deep, intuitive connection, highly artistic, determined, willful, loyal. Business leaders, this is investments. It can be possessive, vindictive, and jealous. These are the hard aspects. This is the hard energy of Scorpio because they're so passionately loyal. Okay, it takes a little while for them to trust you because of all this stuff, but all this is like fear. So this is a time of Scorpio, a really great time to dredge up anything that needs to be released, to look into these feelings and emotions. But connecting, Neptune wants us to connect with this deeper level of us, this creative source that we want to bring out, these dreams that we have, this vision. This is the entrepreneurial spirit. You must visualize something before you can create it. Okay? So we're feeling that now. These water signs are in sextile to your sun. That means it's an opportunity aspect to your sun. So this fortifies you as well through opportunity. You have to take action to receive, but it's still opportunity. So what else is big is happening for you, Taurus, is that we've got the full moon on November the 14th in your sign. So 6 months ago, back in May, you had your birthday time. You maybe started some new things. You had new goals for yourself. You purchased things for yourself that you wanted. You work really hard and you make investments in things. So this full moon is very personal for you. It's a full bloom. Let's see how you did. How are your intentions and your goals around abundance, around your value, what you do to make money? So this full moon is very personal because it is in your sign, and it's a really full blooming. So cherish that person that you are. Do something special around this time to honor what you have created, any changes that you've made. You're going to get feedback. Okay, so we have this new moon. We need to lay out those intentions tomorrow and the next day. Any small list that you have around, this intensity of connection, merging with others. This is investment time. This is new partnerships, taking partnerships to a deeper level. Committing to something, bringing out the best of who you are. This is Scorpio. We're creating, making memories. This is deep, deep stuff. November 2nd and 3rd, we've got Venus and Moon coming together. So Venus and Moon. Venus is strong. She's moving up to wholeness. January 13th, that's where we're going to be. So she's strong. She's saying, bring out your best stuff, bring it to the public, and let it shine. In Sagittarius, this is about the future. Venus and they're meeting together in Sag. Well, okay. Over the weekend, Saturn and Venus came together. Saturn is in your 8th house. Saturn is here. 8th house has to do with joint funds. It has to do with partnership funds. It has to do with raising funds, investments. It has to do with your investments, your taxes, your debts, loans, new debts that you're taking on. Perhaps you're taking on mortgages. Keeping that organized, keeping that realistic, not overspending, creating for the future, making good investments. And it's a reality check of where you are. So when they're coming together, perhaps you're getting good information on investments that you're bringing out. You're bringing out something. Because the North Node has been going through Virgo, which is your 5th house of creative pursuits. Creating something new to bring out to the public, getting the investments that you need to go forward. That's what's churning now and next month when there's a new moon in that area. November the 29th, there's going to be a new moon in Sag. That's that area there. So there'll be new information regarding that section of your life. So keep it together. No overspending, paying off things, being responsible in this area. That's what Saturn says to do. We have to follow Saturn because he gives us the results of this hard work. The nodes will be moving into Leo, into your 4th house, around home, something changing around the home, or you changing your direction of what you're doing. Because the 4th house is your foundation. So there's going to be some shifting around that time over the next year and a half. Next year is an amazing year for everybody. It's a 1 year. And Uranus and Jupiter are very strong in the sky. They're going to be opposing each other, and Saturn is going to be trining Uranus. So there's this big energy field of pushing us forward. So what else is coming up this month? Big. Write down the first quarter, because that one you need to take a step out of what's going on now. November the 7th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you'll be feeling this is a day before election day. Very interesting stuff happening on election day here. And we'll see how that sorts out. November the 11th, Venus goes into Capricorn. So then Venus leaves that section, your 8th house of investments, moves into your 9th house around. This has to do with long distance travel. This has to do with conversations that you're having with your partnerships. It's going to meet up with the outer planets. Venus is your ruler, by the way. How did I forget to tell you that? So this is a big day when Venus switches signs for you. So it goes from this big freedom-loving sign of Sag into Capricorn. This is forging for the long term. This is realistic. This is foundations. This is traditions. And it's going to be meeting with Pluto on November 25th. Big day for you. Also on that same day, it's going to be squaring Uranus. Some shifting of funds, of money, but on a deeper level, it's forging what you want at some deep level as well. Really looking at where you want to be in the future, what you're building, and what your real passions are. And it's a day when those two come together to forge that. And it's also a time to get in connection, a great connection with in your relationships in your life, forging that passion, because that's important for Taurus. Taurus is very tactile, very of the senses, so you need that connection in that way and that appreciation. November the 14th, there's a full moon in your sign. I think I already said that. Venus. So we're looking at Venus, your ruler, squaring to Jupiter. Did I say square to Uranus? No, square to Jupiter. But Venus is going to trine Uranus on November the 5th. Back up. So this is good news for you. This is fortifying. Venus is, excited in Sagittarius, but it's being fortified by, this great change, and it's the ultimate authenticity kind of feeling. Going forward, breaking new ground is about. So it's very exciting energy around the 5th. So let's see how this all weeds out. Mercury makes some big movements, okay? Mercury is going to get together with Saturn on the 23rd. That's in your 8th house. I like that day for you because it's about forming some plan. This is a solid plan. This is a long-term plan that you've got going on. So there's some information there. Now, Mercury is going to be going retrograde in December. It almost gets into it gets into Capricorn, but then it's going to go back into Sagittarius. So it's got to go back and to get some more information in that sector in your 8th house about finances and stuff, and then it can go forward. So we'll be looking at that at the end of December, right before New Year's Eve. It's going to meet up with the sun. So this is a big time in that new moon as well. So this is really about your business partnerships, your funding, investments, your funding, your creative stuff this month. And then when Mars goes into your 10th house on November the 9th, I'm kind of all over the place, but just write this stuff down because it has to come to me. When Mars goes into your 10th house, now you're pushing forward in that area as well. Mars goes into Aquarius, and the energy is shifted more toward friends and people that you know helping you to move forward in your career, groups, and in more social ways for Mars to move forward. It's a little bit lighter than, and it's going to be squaring your sun too, because it's, Mars is in a fixed sign, so is your sun. It'll be squaring it, giving you some energy. This is a last quarter square for you, so it's about pushing forward also. And achievement. It's achievement oriented. It's Capricorn energy. So that's the month for you, Taurus. Very exciting. We want to just remind you of some of the crystals that are really great to stay in the flow of the energy of Scorpio. One of my favorites is Bloodstone, and Bloodstone has to do with releasing blocked channeled energy, fortifying vitality, strength. And another great one is Aquamarine. This is a calming stone, helping to calm fears. And let's see, rose quartz, of course. And rose quartz is great for you too. I mean, it's about love. It's about keeping love, the flow of love and the positive aspects. Now, great sense for Scorpio, patchouli, that's very strong. So this is about dealing with some the psychological stress, some fears, calming that. It's very sensual kind of scent and deep, but also mixing. We want to, for Scorpio energy, you want to reduce the intensity and also lemon. So lemon and peppermint, invigorating, but then mixing with lavender and chamomile is calming. So that makes a really nice blend for the Scorpio time. Okay, Taurus. Well, you have a fabulous month coming up here in Scorpio. I'm watching it unfold. You've got a lot going on, partnerships, business, money, and that's always huge for Taurus, and the full moon in your sign. So reach out to me, kk@kkastrology.com, for personal coaching so you can get a little insight to your direction, and love to help you with that. Also reach out to me on Instagram for daily inspirations, and check out my weekly KK report for a little more information on how to stay in touch during the week and use it business-wise. Have a great month.